procurement, program and control. I'm a businessman, yes, I'm an entrepreneur. Oh yeah, I'm a businessman, yes, I'm an entrepreneur. Oh yeah, I'm a businessman, yes, I'm an entrepreneur. Good afternoon, everyone. This is the Business Zone, and happy New Year to all of you. Happy 2023. This is my co-host, Crystal, and I, Coach Gilbert Buchanan. And look like my co-host is having a little glitch there in our transmission.
I think I'm back now. There you
There
go.
she is. She's back. Happy New Year, co-host.
Happy
Happy New
New Year.
Year.
How's everything and how are
Oh,
you?
oh
And
man, I'm doing good. Looking forward to this 2023. Looking forward to making some money, some real money this year. So,
okay.
so let's see what we can tackle and take on and win and win.
And when yeah, I'm excited about 2023 as well. 2022 wasn't bad. I don't have any misgivings.
That's true.
Um
It wasn't bad. Wasn't bad at all.
yeah, it I had a great time. Obviously, you guys know I did a lot of traveling.
Oh
And
yeah.
so that was wonderful. Hey Greg, hey Jasmine.
Hey
Um
Jasmine and Greg, welcome to the Business Zone. Happy New Year, guys.
yeah, so that was great. But even business wise, you know, my marketing has started to finally pay off. So I'm, became
Mm.
recognized as the expert in whatever this area I'm in.
I
So
love it.
that was good. So I'm looking forward to 2023. Got some other good things up and we've talked about some stuff. I would
Mhm.
like this year to be the year that we get an outline down for a book. I'd like for us to have a book published by the end of the year, but I'll take an outline.
Well, I'm serious about it too. So I am ready, man. I'm ready. We already got the content. We got all the content we need. So just we
Ex-
just we just gotta get it structures organized and do it.
Right, exactly. I mean, I know several people last year that actually were able to create to launch their book, and I'm like, whoa, wait,
Yeah.
and
What about me?
and these are people that I'm coaching. It's like, wait a minute.
Yeah. So man, we got to take our own advice, man. Jump on the ball, and you see the thing about it though, Crystal. See, as coaches, we're more inclined to help the client more than helping ourselves, and that happens so many times. So this year we're gonna set aside some time for ourselves and get that book going.
That's what I say. We're gonna make that happen. So I'm excited about this year. And I took some time out to rest over the holiday season, which was a first for me. I went out of town. Hey Michelle, Happy New Year, everyone. I went out of town for New Year's and I did not even take my computer with me, Gilbert.
I hear you,
And
man.
so
I
that
hear
way
you.
I was assured that I wasn't going to do any work.
Well, you're following your principles. That's good. I love it. I love it. Our field correspondents, Mr. Greg Sneed, said they might be broke, but they got a book. I'll take the loot over the book.
Well, I'm gonna have the loot as well, Greg. But I think I think you have to have, you too, Greg. I think you should put that on your list as well. You can't be in business as long as we have and not have something with your as they say, you can't die with the book inside of you.
I know. I think he would do a good job with a book, man. Based on all that institutional knowledge that he's got upstairs here, man, you should definitely do it, Greg.
And his humor.
Oh yeah. And Miss Michelle Morbell, welcome to the Business Zone and Happy New Year to you too. Thank you for joining us.
You're right. So glad to have you guys. So, we're gonna have a great show today. It's the very first show of the year, and so of course we have to talk about planning. We have to talk about strategy, and we have to talk about execution and actually success for the year. So we would
This
not
is
be the business zone if we didn't.
This is called class in session, guys. So we're starting the new year with class in session. So we're going to be rolling out some steps, some tips, and some pointers to you today. And hopefully it will be beneficial to you and help kickstart you with the new year and your planning. So that's what we're doing, guys.
So Greg says his word for this year is preparedness. I love it. I love it.
That's my favorite word, man. Preparedness and readiness. That's my preparedness, my
Right.
special word.
All right. So we're going to talk about that's what we're going to talk about and get us all set up and planned. I believe it was two shows. I think it was early part of December. You actually talked about the recession
Yeah,
and when it was coming. It's
yeah,
being predicted for the second and third quarter of this
yeah,
year.
yeah,
So that means we have to be prepared. So
yeah.
preparedness is a good word, Greg.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and readiness. He said Gilbert's favorite word is dinner.
Hey, Greg, you missed my birthday, man. Where were you? We were at the Jamaican restaurant, me and Crystal, man. We were eating up a storm on my birthday. Where
Yeah.
were you?
Yeah, we went over to Little Kingston. But yeah, so we're gonna get to help you guys, hopefully guide you and get you on the right track to being ready for whatever's going to happen this year. But y'all, all you have to do is prep for it, and you should be ready for it. So that's what I say.
Well, I just want to roll it out there, guys, to let you know that we're leading by example. And so far, I've gotten 2 contracts already for this year, 2023. So we're just getting ready for our start date now, and these are government contracts. That's the only kind of contracts I mess with right now. Because those are the only ones that are sustainable. You get a private contract, it's kind of wishy-washy. The economy get a little hiccup when they say, oh, sorry, can't continue this contract, don't have any money. But with the government, they have to do that. So we're good to go, guys. You want to get those
Yeah.
contracts.
Yeah, I got I picked up a couple of new contracts at the end of last year. So now, navigating through, and I had a pretty interesting phone call this morning. As I do my due diligence this weekend, I'll share it next week, but it might be an opportunity. There's a group that's looking to lead the way in bringing women together to help women build their power and their strength, and it's kind of an empowerment center. So I'm going to see what that looks like, but I still got due diligence to do before I decide that's what I want to do.
Sound like a
And
plan to me.
so Gilbert, what were your takeaways from 2022?
Oh man, from 2022, looking at it, I kind of run out of time. There's so many things I wanted to do. So my takeaway is to make sure I review my plan and my strategies for 2023 and make sure that it includes a lot of growth, a lot of expansion. And I think what we're going to cover today, which will be some of those key strategic action item steps, will really help. So putting that plan together, looking at our KPI, which are our key performance indicators, and make sure every day or every week we look at those and see if we're actually doing those and do them. So that's my takeaway, man.
Okay, I agree. I think I was really pleased with some of the outcome from a lot of the clients that I worked with this past year.
Mm-hmm.
Some of them have really made some major strides, and so I'm so proud of them. Miss Ardina Brooks, she's on the line. She's one of them.
All
she,
right,
she has worked
Ardina,
hard.
welcome to the business zone.
Ardina actually got a book out last year, and so
Yes.
I was really proud of her. We basically got her financials. We got it almost. We just 2 seconds away from income being complete. She'll be ready for her taxes this year early. So good job, Miss Ardina.
Hey, Ardina, go ahead and put the title of your book in the chat there so we can share it and brag about you. You know we love to brag about you here at the Business Zone.
Right. And
Yeah,
we're gonna have her on the show to talk about her business, but also to talk about her book. That was I think she kicked that out in November, I believe, right,
yeah.
Ardina?
I
Yes.
was so proud of her, man. She didn't waste time either. She jumped in there and did it. I said, man, look at her go. I love that.
Well, she actually worked with she and Tanya Mackey. They actually did it together. Tanya had a program going on last year called Women Worthy of Wealth, and so they met every once a month, I believe, and
Mm-hmm.
really talked about the ways of increasing their revenue and setting up their financial structures to increase revenue, but also to plan for the future. She put her book in the chat. It's called The Impact of One Voice,
Mm-hmm.
and so you guys can go over to Amazon, I believe, and pick it up.
Yeah.
And so she did some good stuff this year. So kudos.
I'm very proud of her, man. We've been working with Ardina for a few years now, and she's been every year she's been following our principles, our guidance, and getting there step by step. And 2022 was the year for her. Look at
Yeah,
that.
yeah. She's a co-author with 20 other people, and that's a good way to do a book. And so
Yeah,
is to jump in there, do a chapter with some other people. So
yeah,
Tanya was at the head of moving them along, and so I'm
yeah.
very, very proud of her. And there's a number of others that have been on our show and that you've coached and I've coached, and they made some major strides. So I'm really proud of them. My takeaway for 2022 was mine's was about what we talked about for majority of the year, was creating and establishing that work-life balance.
Yes.
I start implementing a lot of that into my life. I will say this is one thing I will say. Um, I had physical this year, and all of a sudden, you know how they do a physical. It's like they're doing a search mission, right? And so they're looking for something, and so they're gonna come up with a whole lot of stuff before they actually rule the stuff out. So there's a couple of things that was like, oh wait. But I think Oprah said this. Oprah said, one way to get control of your health is for them to tell you you might have a lifelong illness. At that point, you get real serious
That's
about
true. That is true.
maintaining and taking care of self. So
Yeah,
that was really important. And I did have a little blood pressure scare there for a minute.
yeah, yeah,
And it was all about, for me,
yeah,
changing how I eat, but
yeah,
also making sure that I make time for exercise, which
yeah,
for a minute there I wasn't. It used to be a valuable part of my my daily activities, and then all of a sudden I was piling work on, and I just would fill in that space with a client. So now I have blocked out time that's just for me, and I am now making sure I reduce stress, and I create a balance for work, life, relationships, things like that, because I think it's very important. We can be rich as we want to be, but damn, if we don't have any money, if you don't have the wealth of
and the
your
health.
health,
Yeah,
it don't matter how much
if,
money you have.
if the health is not there, man, it's no use. And the thing about that is, one of the things that you and I have been talking about is to start weeding out folks who bring stress into your life, and that could mean friends, family members, it could be clients, associates. We got to rule them out, man, because we don't want them driving up our blood pressure, and that blood pressure it could very well lead to strokes, and we don't want those. So I got I before I move further, our field correspondent, Dr. Greg Sneed, said put everything that's bad on the table first, then start ruling
Yeah,
things out.
that's
So
what doctors do. They put everything on the table. They were looking for everything for me, and it's
yeah,
like, what the heck kind of disease is this? Oh no, we
yeah.
ain't. I am not embracing none of that. So when it was all said and done, all I needed to do was take calcium twice a day. Like, all
Yeah.
right, not a problem.
Yeah. Yeah, I just did my physical 2 days ago also, man. Went to the doctor, and man, they just like you said, they did all these tests. They did the PSA, they did the EKG, the urine tests, all of that stuff, and we got to do some more next week again. So even though I want to do it just to have a sound mind and say, yeah, did it and I'm good, it's still a little scary because you go, I don't want to find out anything. I don't want to know anything.
Right,
So.
exactly. 'Cause like Ray said, they put everything on the table,
Oh
and then
yeah,
then
oh
they
yeah,
start to peel it back. So I
oh
got the
yeah.
peel back.
Yeah, he did give me a little good news though. He said, "Man, your blood pressure is much better. It's like 20 points lower than the last time." So
Oh,
I'm
that's
going,
good.
"Damn. Oh yeah, last time, man, I was in stroke territory." I'm going,
Yeah.
"Damn." And then with some of the clients that I have, they were just driving me bunkers, and I'm going, "Man." Because even though, when you try to explain a process to a client and you do it over and over, you've got it written, right? And
Yeah.
you're sharing it with them, and they're not listening, they're not following at all.
Right. Exactly. More stress.
Yes, so that's what was happening. So I was happy to hear that the blood pressure was down. So
And I think
yeah.
you learned to say no this year, last
Oh
year.
yeah.
Yeah, I
Oh
think
yeah.
that's part of it, learning to say no, knowing
Oh
when you're at
yeah.
your capacity and like,
Yes.
sorry, can't go further.
Yeah, there were quite a few clients I said no to last year, man, because I had to, because they were not coachable, they were not listening, and they just a lot of our clients, Crystal, they're listening to those street corner consultants who don't know anything about business, and then they're taking those advice from those street corner consultants and coming to us and say, well, a friend of mine said, and you're going, where did you get that information from? Well, my friend said, who's your friend? Is your friend a business coach? Is your friend a practitioner in this space? No. So where did they get their qualifications from? So man, it was hilarious.
Right. So we have to learn to stop taking, we can only do what we can do. They will respond only to what they will respond to. And so at that point we can keep reiterating it. I know you're looking at Greg. Greg the jester says that they told him he was pregnant, but he realized that it was his Thanksgiving dinner.
He is hilarious, man. He is hilarious.
So in addition to what we're going to talk about today, guys, we do want you to make sure that you're taking care of your health, because no matter how much money you make, if you're not well, you cannot spend the money. And I think even Steve Jobs said that. He says, I'm a very wealthy man, but when he actually was diagnosed with cancer, he says, what did it mean? What did all of that wealth really mean to me at
Yeah,
that point in time?
exactly.
And so then he died.
Yeah,
And that was one of his takeaways, that it really, having money doesn't eliminate you from poor health. And once you
yeah,
have poor health, then it really will change your life. And so you're
yeah.
right, Greg. Physical health, mental health, and financial health should be at the forefront of all of our plans and all of our goals, even before we get to our business. And that was my takeaway from 2022, was that my health has to be a priority. My
Yeah.
mental wellness has to be a priority. And I have to take out time to de-stress, relax, and rejuvenate and
Hmm.
restore. Those are the
But
things that I took away.
but